Hello and welcome back to another video. This time we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame. And yes, it just keeps on dropping. Currently it's at $82,724. We want to understand what EngineeringRobo is telling us and how we should play this Bitcoin price action. Before we start loading up EngineeringRobo AI, we'll start off with some traditional trend lines. As you can see, this prominent horizontal trend line that was previously resistant has broken through around November time, November the 8th, where price broke through that resistance, and as of yet it has not come back to retest it. Is that where price is actually heading towards now? It certainly does seem so. I actually want to bring to your attention another trend line all the way back from October, where we can see where trend line has really acted in great support or resistance or a breakout exactly on that axis around Friday the 8th of November is where we saw huge momentum pulling off and price going to all-times high, where it double topped out. So since then, Bitcoin has actually stalled and it has dropped the momentum line and heading lower. How low will it go? Before we look onto EngineeringRobo, we can see that there's actually very little momentum in terms of breaking towards the upside. And from what I can actually tell, this is really quite healthy. The fact that a decent pullback, let's give it a measure from the all-time high, of 30%, 32%, this is absolutely necessary for price then to stabilize in and around this horizontal support and then shoot up for another leg. So now that we've got our technicals out of the way, what I actually want to do now is bring in EngineeringRobo to see how we should actually play with this price action. Let's begin with the dashboard. Let me make that a tiny bit bigger so you guys can actually see that. Normally, when I'm looking at charts, I do like to have it at the dashboard small size. I've just made that a touch larger. And if you've seen any of my videos before, I use the acronym of, it's really bad. I use the acronym of WATCH. I'll explain what that is in a moment. So wallets, let's look at smart money. We can see that smart money is actually out at the moment. This by EngineeringRobo gives us an indication as to what smart money is actually doing. There are a number of wallets that are being tracked in the background, and it looks like categorically that smart money is out. The A stands for the AI buy signal. We'll look at that in a moment. And the T stands for trend lines. We had a look at the trend lines. If we were looking to buy, we would definitely want to be seeing price break out, test that, and then go up. So I would say big cross against the trend line, big cross against the wallets, and we'll come back to the AI signal. We'll look at the cloud. Just before we switch onto the cloud, I just want to continue looking at where we are in terms of the signals that the EngineeringRobo AI has given us, all on the smaller time frames, 15-minute, 45, and 3-hour. It's completely bearish, as you can see. Not a good sign on the smaller time frames. But if we now bring in the cloud, let's bring in the cloud. Just give that a moment whilst the cloud is loading up. What I'm going to do is get rid of this trend line here. And that one there. So we can see that originally, since September all the way up till February the 20th, we have seen really good bullish momentum and the cloud going green. Right now, the cloud has turned red, and that is not a good sign if we are to go long. So obviously I'm having a bias of going long at the moment because we are still, I believe, in bull market territory. And I am now going to mark this, the cloud signal, as a cross as well. When using EngineeringRobo AI, we always look for 3 out of 5 confirmations, and already we can see that there are 3 crosses against this watch acronym. For completeness, I will put on the AI signal. I'll get rid of the dashboard because we've discussed that. What I didn't actually discuss is the AI social intelligence score. So this score is curated by social sentiment across the internet to understand what the feel is amongst traders. And with a -3 score, it's not looking good at all. We've had an AI buy signal, but remember, as I said before, we can't just take an entry based on one signal. So at the moment, I can say that an AI buy signal has been printed. So I am going to give that as a tick in that box. And then finally, H. What does the actual H stand for? Hodl line. So this is a moving average, but mixed in with different calculations to then give us more of an indication to see how price is behaving against this line. I'm going to remove the green cloud so that we can see price at the moment. Now, if I've got a bullish bias, this hodl line, as we can see here, price has been above it, nice trending move upwards, consolidated here a little bit, and then we've seen the dip coming down. Right now, the price is totally under the hodl line, and it's not something that we would be considering going long on at all. So again, another cross for the hodl line. So if we were going to short Bitcoin, is now a good time to be shorting Bitcoin? Well, what I like to do is I also love this indicator for the orange support and resistance line. So these lines, I'll get rid of the hodl line. I think we've looked at the hodl line and we can see that price is below that hodl line. What we can see is a number of horizontal supports. Actually, what I'll do, I will get rid of the watch acronym as well. I think we are done with that. We won't need to look on the MACD, I don't think today. The horizontal support lines, for me, I find this to be one of the most useful features of the indicator because it really does tell me what I should be looking for and the levels I should be looking for when price gets to a certain point. We can see that 82,000 has been identified as a key support area for price to either react or to hold. So we've seen one at 82,000, we've seen one at 73,000 or around that mark. I personally am waiting for price to come around this 73,000 mark because we've seen the horizontal line there. We've also seen the AI sell signal be cancelled out by the AI buy signal. Right now, if I were considering entering the market again at the 82,000, what I would be actually looking for is for price to then stabilize around the support, break that trend line. I would then have the confirmation that the trend line has broken and one of the indications. And once I've had, if I was going to put the watch acronym again, I would then be looking for a trend line break, an AI signal, either wallets to come in, the cloud to turn green, or the hodl line to hold. So even if the trend line broke upwards and we had an AI buy signal, I would still be waiting on one more confluence before I could confidently enter the market. So right now, at the moment, I'm just sitting, watching. I'm not in a short position. I don't like taking shorts when we are in a bull market, not for a daily time frame anyway. The fact that we are on a social intelligence score of 4 and what smart money wallets to be out, I'm still sitting this one out. If price goes back up to 90 or around about the 95,000 area, I would be potentially looking to play a short back down either to the trend line or reconsult my indicator to see how price and what the EngineeringRobo AI is telling me. For now, if you're not in the market and have taken some profits, then I would suggest, obviously not financial advice. The bull market is not over. This is certainly a healthy pullback for potentially another huge leg upwards. Hope you found this video useful, and I'll be back with another one.